from Portland, number 22, Nolan Miller. Batting 6, the catcher from Seattle U, number 35, Preston Armstrong. Batting 7th, designated hitter from USC, number 21, Logan Honma. Batting 8th, the second baseman from Grand Canyon University, number 5, Austin Matranga. Batting 9th, the right fielder from Cal Poly Pomona, number 13, Nick Jamino. Starting on the mound for the Drifters from the University of California, Davis, number 12, Ned Frucci. Managing today's game, Drifters skipper Jeff Lyle is assisted by pitching coach Dean Stiles and assistant coaches Matt Hubbs, Liam Kerr, Keenan Middleton, and athletic trainer Randy Bruner.
Back for game number 2 of this doubleheader. Springfield looking to avoid the sweep, a couple of 6'11 teams here at the ballpark. Jumping right into game number 2, so let's go ahead and get you today's starting lineups for the Cowlitz Black Bears. Josh Hansen, he's leading things off. He's in center field for Matt Priest. Sam Davidson is the shortstop batting second. Trent Rowan, the third baseman, batting third. Finnegan Stewart inserted back into the lineup in right field. He's batting fourth. Jarrett Sable, the DH in game number 2, the catcher in game 1. He's batting fifth. Will Jeske is the left fielder, batting sixth. Paxton Bigby is the first baseman in the 7 spot. Jose Carmona Jr., the catcher, batting eighth. And Matthew Henning, the Washington product, is batting ninth. They'll be facing off against the Springfield Drifters, who are debuting their camo uniforms. A fan favorite, a broadcaster's least favorite. Certainly good-looking uniforms out on the field, but the gray number's a little bit tough to see at the ballpark. Ned Frucci is getting the start for Springfield on the mound as the right-hander goes to work here in game number 2. A beautiful day for baseball as the sunshine has poked its way through 69 degrees as the first pitch comes in for a strike. 0-1 to Josh Hansen, who showed bunt, pulled it back. And it's called a strike. 0-1. We're started a little bit earlier than scheduled, 4:04 p.m. on this Sunday afternoon. Again, just like game number 1, this a 7-inning baseball game. So, could be a quick one. No balls and 1 strike from Frucci. It's outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Game number 1 went an hour and 48 minutes across 7 innings. It was a 4-3 victory for Cowlitz. The Black Bears able to pull off the victory, scoring 3 runs in the 4th and 1 run in the 5th. 1-1 pitch from Frucci is down and away. 2 balls and 1 strike to Josh Hansen. Hansen came into the series hitting .121, got the start in game number 1 out in right field, reached on an error and scored the tying run in the 4th inning. Flew out to right field after that, a walk and an 0-for-2 day, and now gets the start in the leadoff spot in game number 3 of the series, game number 2 of the afternoon. Pitch is low, 3 balls and 1 strike to Hansen, the center fielder at USC, who just redshirted this past season in the Big Ten with the Trojans. Frucci's 3-1 pitch. A bouncer towards the right side. Matranga over at second, fields and underhands it to first base for out number 1. Let's go ahead and take a look defensively for the Springfield Drifters. Out in left field, it is Sam Weber. In center field, Jack Brooks. Out in right, Nick Gamino. At third base, it's Cooper Mullins, Bryant Starr at shortstop, Austin Matranga, the second baseman, Nolan Miller at first base, and Preston Armstrong is catching behind the plate. Frucci comes to the plate, and it's down and away. 1 ball and no strikes to Sam Davidson. Davidson, the shortstop once again, the starting shortstop for each of the first 2 games of the series, and now completes it for all 3 games as he takes the pitch down and away, 2-0. Davidson, a sophomore at Lower Columbia, just wrapped up his first season with the Red Devils, and now playing for the Cowlitz Black Bears. 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-1. Picking up the loss in game number 1 was Austin Dillon. It was pretty good. Pitched 2 innings, faced 7 batters, retired all but 1. It was a solo shot by Jarrett Sable. That was the difference. 2-1 pitch. Davidson shows bunt, tries to bunt himself aboard. It was barehanded by Armstrong. He threw it to first, but the umpire behind the plate here in game number 2. It is, I believe, Lucas Naley, and it is Naley behind the plate. Brandon Lane is in the field. He says it's foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Davidson. Frucci's 2-2 pitch. Looked at, called strike 3. Rings him up for the second out. 2 outs, nobody on for Trenton Rowan.
Now batting your beer batter, number 21, Trenton.
Trenton Rowan is the beer batter for game number 2. He struck out once in game 1. We'll see if he strikes out here in game 2 and gets the fans half off Coors Light on this Military Appreciation Day. You can see the camo uniforms. First time all season, first time in 2 seasons the Drifters are wearing the camos. Frucci's first pitch. It's taken for a strike. 0-1 to Rowan. The junior from Utah Valley redshirted with the Wolverines after a couple of seasons at Seward College in Kansas. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Rowan goes down 0-2. Frucci looking for his second strikeout. Got a beer chant happening in the press box next to us. Let's see if we get some beer here. No balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Frucci comes set. The 0-2. Line drive right field. It's laced down for a base hit. So close. In game 1, there were about, 2 opportunities, which is a lot in a 7-inning game, where you could have had a strikeout. 2 strikes, a guy puts it in play. And that's what we have here with 2 outs in the top of the first. Runner at first. 0-0 the score. Finnegan Stewart up for the first time this afternoon. Stewart, he played in game number 1 as the DH. He struck out 3 times for the Black Bears. Walked once and was hit by a pitch. That was in the victory for Cowlitz in game number 1, 7-5. Pitch is outside. 1 ball and no strikes from Frucci. Right-handed pitcher from UC Davis. Through 3 innings with 3 strikeouts and 3 walks, giving up 1 run against the Portland Pickles on June 15th. Comes to the plate with a 1-0 strike, 1-1. Frucci, originally from Elk Grove, California, just wrapped up his first season with the Aggies at UC Davis. 1-1 pitch, fouled away, 1-2. Stewart from Utah Tech, 175 hitter entering the series. 7 hits in 40 at-bats before the weekend. Frucci looks towards first and comes set at the waist. The 1-2 delivery. Fouled away. Stewart stays alive. Stewart originally from Orange Lutheran High School. Went to St. George for his college ball and redshirted this past year with the Trailblazers. 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Frucci looking for the punch-out pitch. Here's the 1-2. Looked at down and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Got the gray caps as well. Green Drifters D on it with a tan underline. And the camo jerseys with the gray numbers. 2-2. Foul tip into the mitt, and it pops free from Armstrong. We'll do the 2-2 again. I'd like to welcome everybody back for game number 2. Fun game number 1. And it appears more fans have found their way to the live stream once again. The 2-2. It's down and away. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Busy day in the WCL. Sunday, and Drifters have a doubleheader today, so it's been a nice baseball-filled day at the ballpark. Feels back to Oregon summer weather with the 69-degree temperature and the partly cloudy skies. 3-2 pitch. Dribbler out towards the third base side. Mullins charges in, throws on the run, the throw to first base in time, and that'll do it for the Black Bears in the top of the first inning. 1 hit, 1 left stranded, no runs, and no errors. We're going to the bottom of the first, 0-0 the score here on the Drifters Streaming Network. Bottom of the first inning, let's go ahead and get you today's starting lineup with the Springfield Drifters. Bryant Starr leading things off, the shortstop, followed by Jack Brooks, the center fielder. Sam Weber, the left fielder, batting third. Cooper Mullins, the third baseman, batting fourth. Nolan Miller at first base, batting fifth. Preston Armstrong is the catcher, batting sixth. Logan Honma, the DH, batting seventh. Austin Matranga, the second baseman, batting eighth. And Nick Gamino is the right fielder in the ninth spot. Bryant Starr, his first time leading off this season. The shortstop from Lynn Benton takes a first pitch strike from Quinn Hubbs. 0-1. No, it's not Matt Hubbs out there. It is Quinn Hubbs. Matt Hubbs, of course, the assistant coach for the Springfield Drifters. This is Quinn Hubbs, the southpaw for Cowlitz from Lower Columbia. Delivers a pitch in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike to Bryant Starr. Hubbs, originally from Spokane, Washington, making his 4th start of the season. He has not given up a run this season. Finished up his first season at Lower Columbia, and just like Sam Davidson, his shortstop, staying in his home ballpark during the summer. Starr unloads deep in the air, out to left field. See ya, off the wall. Ooh, off the top of the wall. I thought it was gone. It was almost there, but he ends up at second base. With the wind blowing out towards left field and the contact off the bat, it's really tough in this ballpark with the tall walls, 12 feet out there. It probably hit 10 or 11 feet up there. It was really close, and the way that Will Jeske was playing in left, I got a little bit excited. Nonetheless, it's off the wall, and it's a double for Bryant Starr as he continues his hot streak, has really been swinging it well after a slow start to the season. Well, here's Hubbs delivering a first pitch. Brooks bunts it right back to the pitcher. Hubbs fields and goes to first. Starr advances to third, a runner 90 feet away from scoring here in the bottom of the first. Got to settle in a little bit of a fun start to the game. Sam Weber coming to the plate, the 3-hole hitter out in left field. So Weber gets boosted up in the lineup. Came in as a pinch hitter in the last game for Jackson Walker. And now Weber, the 3-hole hitter, left fielder, traditionally an infielder. They've utilized him as an outfielder with the limited outfielding staff. Pitch is high from Hubs, 1-0. 1 point, there was only one healthy outfielder. That was DJ Lewis. Lewis has not played today after getting the start in game number 1 on Friday. 1-0 pitch. Weber takes a fastball outside. 2 balls and no strikes. So the Drifters threatening to score once again here in the bottom of the first. Game number 1, 3 runs, all in the bottom of the first inning for Springfield. 2-0 from Hubs. It's down low. 3 balls and no strikes. Drifters scored 3 runs on 2 hits. An RBI single by Nolan Miller. Jackson Walker, a 2 RBI double. They did not have a hit for the remainder of the 7-inning game. 3-0 pitch. Weber takes a ball up and away, and it's a 4-pitch walk from Hubs. Runners on the corners. 1 out, bottom of the first. Cooper Mullins, the third baseman and cleanup hitter. Came into the series hitting .333 after an impressive performance in Bend. He's been on a tear. Went hitless in the first game. That ended his hit streak of 8 straight games. And he did not reach base for the first time this season. Looking to turn that around in game number 2. First pitch to him. Inside, 1-0. Really a remarkable streak. 16 straight games that start the season, reaching base safely. He's only had 2 games all year where he hasn't recorded a hit. The 1-0. It's taken low. 2 balls and no strikes. And to be honest, that's the type of player Cooper Mullins is. He's always been a high on-base percentage type of guy. His first year with Springfield, he only hit .203, but his on-base percentage was .354. There was a long time where he was hitting around .250, and his on-base percentage was north of .400. 3-0. It's low. Make it 3 balls and no strikes there. So 3 balls and no strikes to Mullins. Runners on the corners in this lefty versus lefty battle. Here's the pitch. Looked at for a strike. 3-1. Mullins redshirted this past season at Michigan, and it seems to have paid off. Bulked up a little bit. 4 extra bases this season. Throw goes to first, and now Weber's in a rundown. The throw now goes to third, and Weber is going to take second base. Back to third base safely is Bryant Starr. 2 runners in scoring position, a 3-1 count to Cooper Mullins, with a chance at a pair of ribbies. So a big pitch upcoming to Mullins. .3-1 from Hubs. Inside. And that's going to raise the on-base percentage. Another walk to Cooper Mullins.
Now batting, number 22, Nolan.
Brings up Nolan Miller with the bases loaded. Bottom of the first, 0-0 the score. The Black Bears 1 hit in the top of the first. It was a 2-out single to the beer batter, Trenton Rowan. The fans were chanting beer, beer, beer. We'll have to do that again later in this ball game. Hopefully we get some cheap Coors Light later on. Bases loaded, 1 out. The pitch to Nolan Miller is in for a strike, 0-1. Miller entered today with a .308 average, entering the series, I should say. The stats have not officially been updated for this series. We'll have to fix that later on this week. The 0-1, it's down and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. After the game on Friday, the Point Street computer crashed, and so we weren't able to necessarily save the game at the very end. The person that does Point Streak, Steven, to help out with the technical difficulties throughout the year, he's on his honeymoon right now, so he's a little bit busy. Understandable excuse. We wish him the best. 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed, 1-2. And so because he is on his honeymoon, we could not input the stats from game number 1. So we get left with kind of this no man's land type of scenario. We find ourselves here, which is the stats from the previous week. Miller chops the ball to the left side. Davidson goes to 2 for 1. The throw to first base. A double play. The Black Bears get out of the jam as Hubbs forces a 6-4-3 DP to end the inning. 2 left stranded after 1 hit, no runs and no errors. We're going to the second, 0-0 the score here on the Drifters Streaming Network.
Looking for dinner, a snack, or something sweet? Visit our concessions located inside our ballpark down the first and third baseline. Stay up to date with Springfield Drifters all season long by following your team on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Drifters B-Ball. You can also follow us on YouTube at Drifters Baseball.
Inning number 2 here in Springfield, 0-0 the score. Ned Frucci back out for the second inning. The Drifters again debuting their camo uniforms today. First time they're wearing them since 2023. Jarrett Sable, Will Jeske, and Paxton Bigby do up batters 5, 6, and 7. Frucci winds and fires. The first pitch, it's outside, 1-0 to the DH Sable. Sable hit a solo shot in game number 1, his first hit of the season. What a first hit for the Black Bears catcher. 1-0 pitch, it is outside. 2 balls and no strikes to the DH, so got the start as the catcher in game number 1, gets a little bit of a rest in game number 2, but because of that big fly, you certainly want his bat in the order. 2-0 pitch. In for a strike. Nice off-speed pitch by Frucci. 2-1. Good to see so many Pickles fans joining us. So crazy. I mean, we're just the Drifters, and for some reason, the Pickle Party has followed us back for back-to-back weekends. It's really fun to have you guys here in the chat. Good to see you all. Down and inside, 3 balls and 1 strike. Hope you guys are rooting for the Drifters, at least today, against Cowlitz. I don't know if the Pickles and Black Bears have any beef, but we certainly appreciate the Pickles fans here on the Drifters Streaming Network. 3-1 pitch. It's fouled away by Sable. And the count goes full. Frucci, 1 strikeout in the first inning. Looks for a second strikeout here. Two balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Line drive right to short, and it's caught by Bryant Starr for out number 1. Knight Jarecki, Saul Galvan hanging with you today. Saul doing graphics. Did the pregame show in game number 1, him and Monty Tenney. Scheduled to have the postgame show for game number 2. Will Jeske coming up to the plate, the left fielder. Gets the start once again. 3 straight starts for Jeske in the series. Takes the pitch, in for a strike, 0-1. Jarecki from the University of Nebraska, a Cornhusker now playing in the WCL. Bounces one to the left side, fielding it is Starr, shuffles the feet and throws to first. 2 away. Two outs, nobody on in the 0-0 game in the top of the second. Paxton Bigby back up, and maybe we get a pinch hitter. And I think that's exactly what we're getting here. It's not going to be Bigby. Instead, Nicky Garitano.
Number 7, Nicky Garitano.
So Garitano is going to come in for Bigby. Garitano did start game number 1 as well as Bigby, but not sure what happened. First pitch to Garitano. It's down and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Here in the top of the second. Garitano, the senior from UNLV, a transfer from Southern Nevada. 1-0. He shows bunt, pulls it back, but it's in for a strike. 1-1 from Ned Frucci. So you got a couple of D1 guys facing off against each other here. Garitano from UNLV and Frucci from UC Davis. 1-1 pitch. He shows bunt, pulls it back, and it's in for a strike. 1-2. Garitano, first team All-SWAC player at College of Southern Nevada. He was the Defensive Player of the Year in the SWAC as well. And a Gold Glove winner in National Junior College Baseball. Swings and fouls off the 1-2 pitch. Do it again. Now trying to make an impact at the plate after a successful defensive career in college. One ball and 2 strikes from Frucci. Here's the pitch. It's fastball high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody on in the top of the second. Frucci looking for a 1-2-3 inning. The 2-2. Down and away. Count goes full. Frucci only gave up 1 run in his last outing. Didn't give up a hit. Trent Rowan had a 2-out single last inning. That was the first hit that Frucci had given up all season. Payoff pitch. 1 hopper to first. Nice pick by Nolan Miller as he fields and taps on the bag for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down, the Black Bears go. We head to the bottom of the second. 0-0 here on the Drifters Streaming Network.
In the top of the second for the Black Bears, no runs on no hits and no runners left on base. Gone. Visit the Drifters merchandise store located by the north entrance and be a part of the Drifters crew for the 2025 season.
Bottom of the second inning, 0-0 the score. Thank you all for joining us this afternoon on the Drifters Streaming Network. Hey folks, well, last weekend was a lot of fun with the fireworks against the Portland Pickles, and guess what? We got 2 more shows to go. Coming up on July 3rd, it's the big firework extravaganza presented by Les Schwab. The Ridgefield Raptors are coming to town, and we'll have a big fireworks show right after the game. And then on July 26th, the Port Angeles Lefties are coming into town. Fireworks after that one. You're going to want to come out for those fireworks nights. A couple of 15-minute fireworks shows. It is a great time at the ballpark. You can get your tickets at driftersbaseball.com. 0-0 the score in the bottom of the second inning. Preston Armstrong, Logan Honma, and Austin Matranga due up for the Drifters. Quinn Hubbs back out there, left the bases loaded after getting a ground ball double play. First pitch is fouled away by Preston Armstrong, 0-1. Armstrong, the catcher, committed to Seattle University. Originally from Goodyear, Arizona. 10th game of the season for Springfield. The 0-1 comes inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Couple of hits in his last game out in Bend. Now gets the start as the catcher in game 3 of the series. Pitches up and away, 2-1. It's a loaded catcher core. Isaiah Ibarra got the start in game number 1, Caden Young in game number 2, and now Preston Armstrong in game number 3. 2-1 pitch. Swings and misses. Nice pitch located by Hubbs, down and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Armstrong. Hubbs 2-2 pitch. Fouled away. Armstrong stays alive. But 69 degrees today. Not much of a breeze. A little bit toasty in the press box today compared to other days. The 2-2. Line drive center field, a base hit. Man, Armstrong ripped that. We did not have the TrackMan up and rolling for game number 1. We still had some issues. Going to try to see if I can get it for game number 3. As Logan Honma will come up to the plate. The runner at first after the second hit of the game for Springfield. I would have loved to see what the exit velo on that last hit was for Preston Armstrong. First pitch to Logan Honma. It's taken inside. 1 ball and no strikes. And no, still don't have it for this second game. So we'll have to work with our analytics team to see if we can get that fixed. I know the players in the dugout were complaining that they couldn't see it either. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch. Honma dribbles one to the left side. Charging in is Rowan. He has no play at second, so he goes to first to retire Honma for out number 1. Preston Armstrong advances into scoring position at second base. Austin Matrenga, the 8-hole hitter, up to the plate with a chance at an RBI. Matrenga 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts in game number 1. See a comment from Tom talking about the weather being 97 degrees in St. Louis. I saw that the Midwest and most of the United States is heating up, not so much in the Pacific Northwest. Pitches in for a strike to Matrenga, 0-1. He comes from the land of hot heat, Arizona. Young man from Surprise, Arizona, and that was one of the first things I talked to Austin Matrenga about when he got to the ballpark. How do you like in Springfield? He said, man, the weather here is great. 0-1 pitch is in for a strike, 0-2. He certainly loves the Pacific Northwest summers, and so do I. I mean, this is why you live in the Pacific Northwest. Sure, it gets a little bit rainy during the winter months. Overall, not the worst. Not a ton of snow. A little bit of fog this year. But the summers, they're excellent. Throw goes down towards second, and back there safely is Preston Armstrong. But I got to say, the PNW is definitely the place to be during the summer. Everybody's so happy here during the summer months. The 0-2. It's outside, 1-2. I have this theory, and it's a Pacific Northwest theory, but every single time that you see the sun in the state of Oregon, it feels like everybody just says, man, what a beautiful day. Doesn't matter if it's 100 degrees out. Doesn't matter if it's 55 degrees out. If you see the sun, you just say, it's a beautiful day. 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3. Brings up Matrenga. First strikeout for Hubbs. 2 away with a runner at second base. 0-0 the score in the bottom of the second.
Now batting number 13, Nick Gamino.
Nick Gamino's coming to the plate. Right fielder with a chance at an RBI. I remember Saul and I last year, we were at Grand Canyon University calling some softball. It was hot that weekend, but I remember waking up in the morning, looking outside, not seeing a cloud in sight, and just being like, what a beautiful day. not realizing it was going to be 100 degrees that afternoon. Pitch is in for a strike to Gamino. 0-1. So that's my theory. Anytime you just see sunshine in the state of Oregon or from the Pacific Northwest, you just get accustomed to just saying it's a beautiful day. 0-1 is outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. So Gamino looking for his first big hit with the Drifters. Had a double a couple of days ago, scored a run in the 5th, but a chance to give the Drifters the lead in the bottom of the 2nd. 1-1 pitch, fouled away. 1-2. I agree, Debbie. Any day it doesn't rain in Oregon is a great day. Honestly, the rain up here ain't too bad. Yesterday certainly rained quite a bit. That's why we did not have a game yesterday, and we have a couple of games today. It takes a lot to rain out a game here at Hamlin Sports Complex. Because of the turf we have here, it drains exceptionally well. 1-2. Gamino fouls it away. Stays alive. This the only public turf field in the Eugene-Springfield area. Located at Hamlin Middle School. Built the facility about 4 years ago, just before the start of the Springfield Drifters' inaugural season. 1-2 pitch. It's upstairs high, 2-2. I remember I was talking to some Bushnell players in that 2022 season, and they were playing that spring as the stadium was being built. A pitcher would literally throw a pitch, then you'd hear the workers hammering away on the bleachers, and then they'd have to stop, let the pitcher pitch, and then they'd keep hitting in between pitches. 2-2, called strike 3. Hubbs, back-to-back looking strikeouts as he leaves Armstrong stranded at second after 1 hit in the inning. No runs and no errors. We're headed to the 3rd. 0-0 the score here on the Drifters Streaming Network.
Concession stand item. You guys ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Oh man, it's close. Oh man. Oh man, is Landon gonna do it? Woohoo! Landon got it. He gets that free concession stand item.
Top of the 3rd inning, 0-0 the score. Special thanks to everybody tuning in this afternoon. Hoping you're having a good day on this Sunday afternoon. Jose Carmona, Matthew Henning, and Josh Hansen do up batters 8, 9, and 1 for the Cowlitz Black Bears. Each team with 0 runs, 1 hit for the Black Bears, 2 hits for Springfield. Ned Frucci back out, looking for another 1-2-3 inning in the 3rd. Jose Carmona coming up, the catcher from game number 1, back for game number 3 after a break in game number 2. He takes a breaking ball for strike 1. No balls in, 1 strike from Frucci. Carmona, the catcher from Odessa College. Swings and misses at the 0-1 pitch. Falls behind 0-2. Carmona, hitless, 0 for 5 in game number 1. He's looking for his first hit since June 6 against Yakima Valley. 0-2, takes it in the turf. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Carmona just has 2 hits on the season, 2 for 29. One, two. Oof, just off the edge of the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Frucci was looking for his second strikeout. Instead, he'll have to dial it in on a 2-2 offering. The 2-2. It's grounded foul towards the dugout of the Black Bears. Cowlitz again wearing the black jerseys. They did the right thing. Now, I get it that it is Military Appreciation Day, and so you want to wear the camo jerseys. But the Drifters are wearing 2 different uniforms across 2 games. Maybe that's why there was a little bit of a longer break between games. 2-2 pitch. Line drive on 1 hop to short. Starr picks it. Sidearms it to first to retire Carmona. 1 away, nobody on for Matthew Henning. But it did seem odd. Rarely do you see that for a doubleheader, a team switching uniforms. They literally had to change everything because with these camo jerseys, it's a really rare sight to see, but the team is wearing gray pants at home. And so they literally had to switch out of the white pants with the Pescadores blue jerseys, the light blue ones, and the dark blue caps, new jerseys, and new pants. Dribbler up the middle from Henning, fielded by Frucci, underhands the first base. 2 away. They even had to change the belt. The belt for these uniforms is a green belt compared to a blue belt. So there's not even any hint of blue with these uniforms. But we are wearing them on the Sunday for Military Appreciation Day. Again, some of the players' favorites, some of the fans' favorites as well. One of the broadcasters' least favorites because of the gray numbers. Frucci's first pitch is outside to Josh Hansen, 1-0. We do have quite a bit of good uniforms in the repertoire. Certainly am a fan of all of our uniform combinations. 1-0 pitch, in for a strike, 1-1. Kelly Richardson of Richardson Sports, one of the 2 owners for the Springfield Drifters, him and Ike Olson of Olson Electric, the co-owners of Springfield, and so it certainly helps when you have a sportswear manufacturer owning your ball club. Bouncer to the left side, Bryant Starfields throws the first, bang bang play, and Hansen legs it out.
Now batting number 4, Sam Davidson.
So it's an infield single, really close one, and it's going to bring up Sam Davidson. Cap, we have jerseys for sale at the ballpark. In fact, they are some of the best deals in town. You can get a brand new Springfield Drifters jersey at Hamlin Sports Complex for $45. Pretty good deal. If you come see me, if you ever make it to a game, come see me, and I can probably get you a discount. Pitch is in for a strike, throw down towards second. Armstrong's throw, a hair late. Off the bag was Hansen, but he's able to get back on the bag and get there. With my discount, I think it's probably like $36, somewhere around that range. So pretty good deal for a jersey in town. Patrick, we do not have a jersey auction, but we just have our jerseys for sale at the merch booth. No balls and 1 strike. The pitch to Davidson with a runner in scoring position is outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. So Frucci in a little bit of trouble. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Davidson, who struck out looking his first time up. Frucci looking to repeat history. The 1-2. Down and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cap, I know that the jerseys aren't on sale online. I know that Kelly's been working on trying to put that online and see if we can sell some merch on the website. We have not figured out how to do that just yet for our website. But again, if you come to a game, you could definitely buy a jersey. 2-2 is down and away. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Full count pitch upcoming to Davidson. Payoff pitch from Frucci. It's low, and it's a walk. So runners at first and second base, 2 outs. A little bit of a 2-out rally for the Black Bears. Trenton Rowan, who had the first hit of the game for Cowlitz, is coming back up with a chance at an RBI. Infield playing pretty deep. Matranga in the grass on the right side. First pitch. Nice slider that drops in the zone. 0-1. Frucci has some legit stuff. I mean, he's heading just into his sophomore season at UC Davis, a quality starter for the Aggies. Certainly a guy that looks like he's primed for a strong sophomore season. Throw goes down to third, and now in a rundown is Hansen. Star pump fakes again, makes the tag. It's in the inning. So Hansen is out at third, and that'll do it for the Black Bears in the top of the third. No runs, 1 left stranded, 1 hit, no errors. Going to the bottom of 3, 0-0 the score here on the Drifters Streaming Network. Bottom of the third inning, top of the order due up. Batters 1, 2, and 3. Bryant Starr, Jack Brooks, Sam Weber facing off against Quinn Hubbs, the southpaw from Lower Columbia, playing with the Black Bears. Bryant Starr, a double to lead things off in the bottom of the first. He was left stranded at third base. After the bases were eventually loaded, Quinn Hubbs got out of the 1-out jam with a 6-4-3 double play. First pitch to Starr. Swings and misses, 0-1. Starr crushed it off the wall in left field. I thought it was gone. It was off the top of the fence. And so he had to settle for the 2-bagger. The 0-1, he fouls it away. 0-2, looking for similar success against Hubbs, who picked up back-to-back strikeouts and last inning. His first 2 strikeouts, the first time through the order. No balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch to Starr. Fouls it back. Stays alive. Starr, he was the one that got to catch the first pitch today. My dad, he's a Air Force veteran, and so he was chosen to throw out the first pitch this afternoon at Hamlin Sports Complex, and Starr was the catcher. 0-2, he fouls it away. Pretty fun for him. Starr, he's from Lebanon, Oregon. My dad, he lives in Sweet Home, Oregon. So about 10 minutes, 15 minutes away from where Starr grew up. And so you get a couple of Lynn County residents connecting here in Springfield. The 0-2, it's outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hubbs 1-2 pitch. Foul tipped away. Starr stays alive. 3 foul-offs with 2 strikes for Starr. He's gotten a lot of starts at short because of his defense. Starting to really find his swing. 2-2 pitch. Here it is. Swing and a miss. 3 straight strikeouts for Hubbs. He's in a rhythm. That's his first swinging strikeout. 1 out, nobody on, bottom of the third, 0-0 the score in this 7-inning game. Game number 2 of this doubleheader. Jack Brooks coming up to hit. Sack bunt, his first time up. Center fielder from U of O takes the first pitch for a strike. 0-1. So just down the road at PK Park, that's where he plays his baseball. And now in the summer, playing with the Drifters. Lines the ball towards second. Henning able to snag it. Sure, that has to feel pretty good for Henning, the Husky out there from the University of Washington, stealing a hit from Jack Brooks, the Oregon Duck. 2 outs, nobody on for Sam Weber. Weber walked his first time up. Left fielder from LC State, back in the box. First pitch. Pops it up, out towards left field. Trotting in is Jarecki. He makes the catch, and that's the inning. We're headed to the fourth, another 1-2-3 inning for the Drifters offensively this afternoon. 0-0 the score on the Drifters Streaming Network.
Bottom of the third for the Drifters. No runs, no hits, no runners left on base. It's been a wreck, mean week. 60 plus from dawn to dusk in the red dirt heat. Busting it up for a couple of bucks, but it ain't no thing. Just another day till I'm on my way to them cool sheets. And you and me working on the night shift, baby. Dying for your trust like crazy. Racking up the overtime hours, loving how we're working on the night shift, baby. Gonna rock it right, no need to talk, I know what you want and what you like, 'cause I do too, yeah, I love how you leave on the lights, not a thing between you and me, and it feels so nice, when you and I are working on the night shift, baby, dying for your trust like crazy, racking up the overtime hours, loving how we're working on the night shift.
Top of the fourth inning. Everybody in the comments, if you're watching at home, wherever you may be, start chanting beer, beer, beer. The beer batter is coming up to the plate. Batters 3, 4, and 5. Trenton Rowan, Finnegan Stewart, and Jarrett Sable. Rowan, the beer batter, had 2 strikes. He did not strike out. He had an RBI, rather not RBI, but he had a single. His first time up in the first inning. Matt Frucci back on the mound. The first pitch from the right-hander is in for a strike, going 1. Frucci so far, 2 hits allowed. He is not allowed to run, as it is 0-0. Pretty good stuff from the right-hander. A 1-2-3 second inning, allowed a 2-out single last inning. On an infield hit to Josh Hansen. Delivers a pitch down low. 1 ball and 1 strike to Rowan, the third baseman from Utah Valley. Hoping to get some more reps with the Wolverines this upcoming spring. Redshirted this past year at Utah Valley. 1-1. This one fouled away. 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The beer batter in danger of striking out. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. It's outside. 2-2. Have to get another beer chant in. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Frucci looking for the punch out. 1 strikeout so far. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2. Dribbler up the middle. Starfields throws to first. Gets the out there. No cheap beer, unfortunately. Maybe just later we'll get a strikeout to Trenton Rowan. Brings up Finnegan Stewart. 1 out, nobody on in the top of the fourth. Stewart grounded out to third, his first time up. His second look at Ned Frucci. Frucci's first pitch, a little bit low, 1-0. Frucci this past spring at UC Davis went 1-4, but did start 11 games as a freshman, appeared in 14 with the Aggies. 1-0. Looked at for a strike, 1-1. So 1-4 record, 47 innings pitched, just 26 earned runs, 39 strikeouts, 24 walks. 1-1 is looked at for a strike, 1-2. Had a season high 9 strikeouts against Nevada. Didn't have a single walk in that game as well. Really good stuff against the Wolfpack. The 1-2. Ground ball to the left side. A bouncer to Storr. He's been active today, and he throws to first to retire Stewart for the second out.
Now batting, number 30.
Patrick, your comment about not sure what the beer batter is all about. At Hamlin Sports Complex for Drifters home games. This season, it's a new promotion. Each game, we pick a new batter, and if that batter strikes out during the game, fans get half off Coors Light, as they will then get it for the next 15 minutes after the strikeout. So the fans start chanting beer at the ballpark to try to get that cheap Coors Light. Pitches in for a strike, 0-1. So the beer batter for game 2 is Trenton Rowan in game number 1. It was Paxton Bigby. He did not strike out as well. A little bit low, 1 ball and 1 strike. There's a lot of Pickles fans here. I think the Drifters went, we went 3 for 3 against the Pickles in terms of beer batters? 3 for 3. 1-1 is in for a strike. 1-2. Frucci looking for his second 1-2-3 inning. Here's the pitch. Bouncer up the middle, right of the mound. Fielding it is Matrenga. The throw to first. It's late. Jarrett Sable has a 2-out infield single. Of the 3 hits that Frucci has given out, it's been 2 infield hits. Will Jeske will stand in with 2 outs and runner at first. Top of the 4th inning. 0-0 the score. First pitch. It's outside. 1-0. So Jeske, the Nebraska Cornhusker, at the dish. 43 games at Nebraska in the spring. Has played 62 collegiate baseball games for the Cornhuskers. Throw back towards first base. Back there safely is Sable. Jeske hit .288 at Nebraska. Pretty good numbers in the Big Ten. Just hasn't necessarily translated a little bit here in the WCL. Swing and a miss. 1-1. And for some players, the adjustment from going to a metal, from a metal bat to a wooden bat is certainly the difference. Some guys, they find it pretty easy. Other guys, they struggle a little bit with the wooden stick in comparison. 1-1. Ground ball up the middle. Star Fields taps on the bag. And that's the inning. Halfway through game number 2. 3.5 way through as we head to the bottom of the 4th. 0-0 the score here on the Drifters Streaming Network.
Fans, please be aware that baseballs can fly into our stands and concourse at any time. We ask you to exercise caution against being hit by bad air-thrown balls. Parents, please safeguard the welfare of young children accompanying you to the game. Fans, this is the final game of our 3-game series against the Cowlitz Black Bears. Come back for our next home series July 1st through 3rd versus the Ridgefield Raptors. To see the full schedule and promo details, head to driftersbaseball.com and pick up a program today.
Cooper Mullins, Nolan Miller, and Preston Armstrong due up for the Drifters in the bottom of the fourth. 0-0 the score. A new pitcher in the game for the Cowlitz Black Bears. So Mullins will come up, not facing off against Quinn Hubbs, but facing off against Brady Trombello. Trombello from Texas Tech. As the first pitch to Mullins is in for a strike, 0-1. Mullins walked his first time up. Was out at second on that 6-3 DP that ended the first inning, and the bases loaded threat for Springfield. Trombello comes to the dish with a strike, 0-2. Quinn Hubbs, 3 innings pitch, 2 hits, no runs, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. The 0-2. Mullins skies it out towards right center field. Trotting back is Hansen deep in the alleyway. Makes the catch in the power alley for out number 1. Brings up Nolan Miller. 6-4-3 double play as mentioned. It was off his bat. Looking for a bounce back at bat for game number 2. Saw his dad. In between games, he said, why couldn't you have generated more runs from the press box? I'm speaking into existence now. Maybe we get some more runs here. Well, scratch that. Ground ball to third. At third base, it's a high throw, but the tag is in time as the first baseman, Garitano, leaps up and makes the grab on the high throw from Rowan to tag out Miller for out number 2. Two outs, nobody on, bottom of the fourth. Preston Armstrong standing in. Singled his first time up, fouls away the pitch from Trombello, 0-1. Trombello in from Texas Tech. Suffered a season-ending injury during his freshman campaign. And then came in and pitched just 3 2/3 innings. 0-1, a swing and a miss, 0-2. Now his second outing of the season with the Black Bears. Allowed 4 runs on 2 hits and 2 walks in 1 inning pitched against Walla Walla on June 15th. Strong start here. No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch to Armstrong. Line drive to center field. Back is Hansen, and he makes the catch with his feet shuffling towards the wall. 3 up, 3 down. The Drifters go in the bottom of the fourth, heading to the fifth. 0-0 on the Drifters streaming network. Congrats on the job.
Evelyn's got an early lead. Great job, Evelyn.
For the Drifters, number 6 from UNLV, Trey Lagrone.
Top of the fifth inning, 0-0 the score. Game number 3 of this 3-game series. It's been a close competitive one between a couple of 6 and 11 teams. And it's pretty even. A new pitcher in the game for Springfield. I don't know if Michael's watching, but on Friday, Michael was commenting, Trey Lagone, prayer circle, can he get in the game? He was praying. Well, his prayers have been answered. At least 2 days later, Trey Lagone is into the game for Ned Frucci. 4 innings pitched, 3 hits, no runs, a walk and a strikeout for Frucci. And now, Nicky Garitano is leading things off against Trey Lagone, the southpaw from UNLV. Lagrone's first pitch, it's a fastball up and inside. 1 ball and no strikes to Garitano. Garitano came in for Paxton Bigby. Bigby did not get an at-bat, and so Garitano came in. 1-0 pitch from Lagone. It's in for a strike, 1-1. Garitano grounded out to third, his first time up. Lagone in for the 7th time this season. 1 start, 7 strikeouts, 9 walks, 6 2/3 innings with a 6.75 ERA. The left-hander delivers a pitch outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Lagone, he struggled a little bit to start, but scoreless outings in his last 2 appearances. 2-1. It's inside. 3 balls and 1 strike. So Frucci did a good job putting goose eggs on the board. Now it's the bullpen's turn to keep Drifters in the game and keep the offense with a chance to try to score a run and potentially win this game. 3-1 is in for a strike as Garitano tossed the bat. He'll have to get back into the box. So full count upcoming. Lagone comes set. The payoff pitch. Up and inside. So it's a leadoff walk to Garitano. Jose Carmona will come up to the plate.
Number 27, Jose Carmona.
Runner at first, nobody out. Carmona, again, still searching for his first hit since June 6th. Only 2 hits on the season. Lagrone's pitch is bunted foul. 0-1. Nice, pleasant evening here in Springfield. A Sunday filled with baseball. Drifters came in 7th place in the WCL. Looking to win today and stay in 7th place. They had an opportunity to move up to 6th place with a couple of wins and a couple of Ridgefield losses. They did not get a win in Game 1, and now they look to get a win in Game 2. The 1-1 now the count as the pitch is outside. Jose Carmona out to talk things over with the head coach. Dan Spencer is the head coach of the Black Bears, formerly of Linfield College. He's coached a lot of places, Oregon State, Texas Tech, New Mexico, Washington State. He's from the Pacific Northwest, originally from Vancouver, and now coaching up in Longview. Carmona back in the box. 1 ball and 1 strike. Pitch from Lagone. Bunt shown, it's pulled back, and the pitch misses outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Lagone has certainly struggled with the walks. 9 walks on the season, but he also has the 7 strikeouts. Now up to 10 walks with the leadoff walk. 2-1, bunt shown, it's off the netting behind the plate. 2-2. He has at least a walk in all but 1 game this season, but he also has strikeouts in all but 1 game this season. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Called strike 3. Rings him up. Out number 1, second strikeout.
Now batting, number 34, Matthew Heading.
Brings up Matthew Henning. Henning, the 9-hole hitter, grounded out to the pitcher, his first time up. LeGrone's first pitch, in for a strike, 0-1. Henning, grounded out to the pitcher, the UW product from Seattle. Spent last summer with the Wenatchee Apple Sox and now playing with the Cowlitz Black Bears. Throw back towards first base. So no balls and 1 strike to Henning. Last year with the Apple Sox, 7 hits and 27 at-bats, a .259 average. Originally from West Seattle. 0-1 pitch. Inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Speaking of West Seattle, later on this season, the Dub C Fish Sticks from West Seattle, they're going to be coming down for a non-league game. That's right around the All-Star break, that, I think, second week of July. That should be a fun one. Throw back towards first base. Garitano takes off towards second. The tag by Starr in time. Just got to the bag in time to beat Garitano. 2 outs, 1 ball and 1 strike, and LeGrone all of a sudden has an opportunity at a 1-2-3 inning in unique fashion. So the 9-hole hitter at Henning at the plate. LeGrone's 1-1. Down and inside, 2-1. Monty Tenney, who's interning with the Drifters this season, he was with the Dub C Fish Sticks last year in West Seattle. And he says that the Dub C Fish Sticks are really like the Portland Pickles of the PIL. 1-1. In for a strike. 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Make it 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pitch from LeGrone. Bouncer right back up the middle. LeGrone fields like a receiver, then throws to first like a quarterback to beat Henning. 3 up, 3 down. The Black Bears go. We're heading to the bottom of the 5th. 0-0 the score on the Drifters streaming network.
This is a final call for concessions. They will be closing at the end of this inning.
This lunch break is gonna take all afternoon, after night. Tomorrow morning I know there'll be hell to pay. Hey, but that's alright. I ain't had a day off now in over a year. My Jamaican vacation's gonna start right here. Hit the phones for me, you can tell them I just sailed away. And pour me something tall and strong, make it a hurricane before I go insane. It's only 12:30.
A lot better crowd for game number 2 of the doubleheader. A lot more fans have found their way to Hamlin Sports Complex for some free baseball. In fact, we only took tickets for game 1, so if you showed up at 4, you got in for free for game number 2 this afternoon. Logan Honma swings and fouls off the first pitch, 0-1. So, hey, if there's ever a doubleheader again, guess what? You could maybe come out for free baseball, at least for game number 2. We encourage you to come out for both games. This is a beautiful venue to watch a baseball game. Logan Honma is 0-1. The 0-1 pitch from Brady Trumbello is outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. A ground out to third for Honma. Trumbello coming off a 1-2-3 inning. And he gets a pitch past Honma as he swings and misses. 1-2. So Honma, Austin Matranga, Nick Gamino. Batters 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Drifters. 1-2 offering. Honma fouls it away out towards the left field side. Honma trying to find his swing. The young incoming freshman looks at the 1-2, high and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 4th year as a program for Springfield against the Black Bears all time. They're 10-10. A couple of even teams. Honma fouls it away. Stays alive. The Drifters at home against the Black Bears, actually a losing record. Now 5-6 after a loss in game number 1, trying to go even 6-6 with a win in game 2. Also take the series lead all time in the 21st appearance of these two programs squaring off. 2-2 is outside, 3 balls and 2 strikes. On the road, they're 5-4 against the Black Bears all time, including a 2-1 series win last year. Pitch is outside, and it's a walk to start for Springfield as the go-ahead run is aboard in the bottom of the 5th. Drifters went 5-1 against the Black Bears last season, 2-4 against Cowlitz in 2023, and then were even 3-3 in 2022. Corner of the infield comes in. Matranga swings and misses, 0-1. Matranga, a strikeout look in his first time up. Trumbello glares into his catcher, Carmona, and now will step off the slab, and Carmona is going to go try to get on the same page with him. Taking a look at the schedule ahead. Drifters are going to be on the road out in Ridgefield. It's upcoming Tuesday through Thursday. Then at Marion, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at Chemeketa. And then back at home against the Raptors next Tuesday through Thursday. Fireworks next Thursday. Austin Matranga with an 0-1 count after the mound meeting breaks, throws back towards first base. No balls and 1 strike to Matranga. Trumbello, the Texas Tech product, comes set. Matranga shows bunt, and he bunts it foul. 0-2. Been cool seeing some Texas Tech guys in the league this season. Saw a few Texas Tech guys when I was down in the California Collegiate League broadcasting with the Conejo Oaks. But more Big 12 guys have found their way to the WCL as the seasons have gone on. 0-2 pitch. Matranga goes down swinging. Been a strike outfield day for Matranga. That's his 4th strikeout of the day across both games.
Jamino.
Brings up Nick Gamino. Gamino, a strikeout look in his first time up. Throw back towards first base, and back there safely is Honma. Bottom of the 5th, 7-inning game. 1 out and a runner at first, 0-0 the score. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-1 to Gamino. Young man from Corvallis, Oregon, playing in Springfield, not playing with the Corvallis Knights. The 0-1, he shows bunt, bunts it up, and foul. 0-2. Gamino, 1 hit on the season. It was a couple of days ago. Had a double. Started a 4-run inning for Springfield. They tied the game at 4 after trailing 4-0. The Black Bears scored 3 runs in the top of the 9th, including a 2-run shot by Matt Priest to take the lead, and they hung on for a 2-run victory. Camino takes up and away, 1-2. That was how they won game number 1 of the series. Game 2, earlier today, Springfield led 3-0. Cowlitz came back, scored 3 runs in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, and won the game by 1. Camino fouls it away. Stays alive. So the Drifters looking to avoid being swept. They swept the Black Bears here at Hamlin Sports Complex last season. That started a 5-game win streak for the club. Runner on the move, Camino fouls it away. Honma will have to retreat back to first base. They swept Cowlitz and then won back-to-back games in Corvallis. Man, did that feel good to win a series on the road in Corvallis. First time ever as a program. 5-game win streak, the longest in Springfield Drifter history. 1-2 pitch. Camino takes called strike 3. Second strikeout for Trombello after the leadoff walk. 2 outs. And a runner at first base, 0-0 the score in the bottom of the 5th. Bryant Starr, a double and a strikeout, back up. Springfield, 2 hits. They came in the first 2 innings, 1 in the first, 1 in the second. None since. Trombello goes back towards first base, and diving back there safely is Honma. Trombello, originally from Prairie High School. Now playing at Texas Tech. Pitch is fouled back. 0-1. He was the GSHL Pitcher of the Year. Topped 500 prospect. Number 5 pitcher in the state of Washington, and that's why Texas Tech came calling. Honma on the move, throw down towards second base. It's off to the left, and the ball squirts free from the mitt of Henning. Stolen base for Logan Honma. Runner in scoring position, 2 outs. Bryant Starr looking for the clutch 2-out hit. Trying to give Springfield their first lead of game number 2. Put a run on the board. 0-1 pitch. Looked at, down low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Trombello nods and comes set. The 1-1. Starr swings and fouls it away. 1-2. Big pitch upcoming here from Trombello. Looking to retire Starr. 2 balls and 2 strikes, says the home plate umpire. The pitch. Starr takes up and inside, and the count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. With the runner at second, Jack Brooks is on deck. The payoff pitch. Starr launches it out towards left field. Jarecki back to the track with his heels on the dirt. He makes the catch for out number 3. Well, the Drifters leave one stranded after 1 walk. No hits, no runs, and no errors. We're headed to the 6th, 0-0 the score here on the Drifters Streaming Network.
At the end of the 5th for the Drifters, no runs on no hits and no runners left on base. A special shout out to all of our Drifters Helping Kids sponsors, including Merrill Lynch Collins Wealth, Sapient, and Campus Life. This year, all kids ages 12 and under receive free general admission to Drifters home games, excluding fireworks nights, when accompanied by a paid adult. Do you want to be like a drifter? Well, you can train like a drifter. Come work out with our players at West Coast Strength here in Springfield. West Coast Strength is our workout partner, and they could be yours. Visit them at their Eugene and Springfield locations, and who knows, you might be a Drifters ball player someday. the Drifters, number 7, Caden Richardson. For the Black Bears,
new pitcher in the game for the Springfield Drifters. It's the right-hander from Lynn Benton, Caden Richardson, originally from Pleasant Hill. The first pitch from Richardson is swung on and missed by the leadoff hitter Josh Hansen, followed by batters 2 and 3, Sam Davidson and Trenton Rowan. Knight Jarecki, happy to be with you this afternoon. Saul Galvan on graphics. He's got the post-game show coming up after the conclusion of game number 2. The 0-1, a check swing. He did not go around, according to Brandon Lane, the field umpire. 1-1. So Richardson in for Trey Legrone. 3 batters up, 3 batters down for Legrone with 1 walk and 1 strikeout. No runs for the southpaw from UNLV. 2 balls and 1 strike from Richardson, who's in for the 8th time this season. 1 save, 9 innings pitch, 8 strikeouts, 7 walks. Pitch down and inside, 3 balls and 1 strike. We were talking about it earlier with Bryant Starr, the shortstop, his teammate at Lynn Benton. The pitchers, the big hacky sackers on the team. 3-1, in for a strike, 3-2. He was saying Vaughn Lubkin, who was with the Drifters momentarily, was a pretty good hacky sack player. We'll have to find out about Caden Richardson. 3-2, ground ball right back to Richardson. He fields and tosses to first base for out number 1. Slowly but surely, we're getting some players to come hack with us. Last 2 days, we've had Bryant Starr come with us. Billy Donson's played a little bit. I think Trey Legrone got in there for a few hacks. Sam Davidson at the plate, a walk and a strikeout. He takes a breaking ball for a strike, 0-1. But a 5.00 ERA for Richardson. Really just a couple of blemishes on his name. Bounces 1 in, 1-1. Gave up 3 runs in 1 game in just a third of an inning against Portland. Other than that, he had a couple of 1-run performances. 5 total scoreless innings. Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Good pitcher that started 9 games and went 4-0 with Lynn Benton this past spring. Helping the Roadrunners win the NWAC. The 1-1. Down and low inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Richardson's 2-1 pitch. Rocks and deals. Down and away, and that was, I guess, the 3-1 pitch. So, Davidson has worked a walk.
Now batting your beer batter, number 21, Trenton Rowan.
Runner at first. 1 out. Top of the 6th. Rowan, the beer batter. Can he strike out here? First pitch. In for a strike, 0-1. Single and a ground out for Rowan. Just got a text, concessions are closed. No beer batter. Oh, man. What are we going to do? The 0-1. It's outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. We could still chant beer, beer, beer. Just for fun. I mean, honestly, can you think of a better chant out there? I think we got it going here in Springfield. 1 ball and 1 strike to Rowan. With the runner at first base, Richardson looking for a ground ball to try to turn 2. Throw back towards first base, and Miller keeping an eye on Davidson. He's back there safely. One ball and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. It's fouled back. 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Rowan. I mean, it would be only fitting he strikes out here. With the concessions closed. Richardson's 1-2. A bouncer towards the right side. Only a play at first base for Nolan Miller. 2 outs. Go ahead run in scoring position at second.
Now batting number 19, Finnegan Stewart.
Finnegan Stewart. He's 0 for 2. Ground ball to third and a ground ball to short. Looking to break the hitless stretch and driving a run for the Black Bears. Richardson's first pitch. It's looked at for a strike. 0-1. Stewart, the cleanup hitter from Utah Tech, originally from Anaheim Hills, California. Richardson's 0-1 pitch. Low. 1-1. Won the California CIF Division I state title during his senior season. It's a pretty big accomplishment in the state of California. 1-1. Inside, 2 balls and 1 strike, Orange Lutheran. Always a strong baseball program. And you got to think about how many high schools there are in California. You got to win your section, and then you got to win state. The state of Oregon, you just got state playoffs. In California, you break it up into regionals and then sections and then eventually to state. Ground ball to the left side. Mullins fields at third. Throws to first. And that's the inning. 5-3 ground out. Strands 1 at second after a walk. No runs, no hits, and no errors. Going to the bottom of the 6th. 0-0 the score on the Drifters streaming network. Bottom of the 6th inning, 0-0 the score. Springfield looking to get a hit. They have not had a hit since the 2nd inning. They got batters 2, 3, and 4. Jack Brooks, Sam Weber, and Cooper Mullins due up. Brady Culp is now the new pitcher in the game for the Cowlitz Black Bears. Again, it's 0-0, and if extra innings arises, there'll be new rules to come in, just approved this week. New extra inning rules in the WCL. For day 3 of a 3-game series, ghost runner at second base to start after 1 inning of extras. If it goes on, runners at second and third moving forward after that. Long ways to go. Bottom of the 6th, Jack Brooks in the box. First pitch from Brady Culp. It is outside, 1-0. Brooks, he had a sack bunt back in the first, lined out to right field in the third. Going to be the spark plug for the Springfield Drifters offense. Brady Culp fires a 1-0 pitch, up and away, 2-0. Comes in for Brady Trumbello. 2 innings pitch, no hits, no runs, a walk and 2 strikeouts for the right-hander. That's a Red Raider at Texas Tech. 2 balls, no strikes. Pitch to Brooks. Outside, 3-0. Brooks is not the guy that you want to put on base with his speed. He's stolen a base on average of over 1 per game. Culp's 3-0. High and away. It's a 4-pitch walk. So, Culp making his second appearance of the season with the Black Bears. Through 2 innings, allowed 1 hit with 1 walk and 2 strikeouts against 8 batters he faced against Corvallis in a 1-8 loss on June 18th. Now pitching 4 days later, the senior at Arizona Christian. So Brooks at first. We'll see if he's on the move. Weber at the plate, walked and flown out. Bunt shown by Weber. He pulls it back, and it's in for a strike. 0-1. Monty Tenney trying to fire up the crowd right now. No balls and 1 strike. Throw back towards first base. Almost got away from Garitano. But Garitano keeps it in his mitt and keeps the runner in Brooks at first base. They're keeping an eye on him. Carmona, the catcher behind the plate, on high alert. No balls and 1 strike. Pitch from Culp. Shows bunt. Does Weber, and he pulls it back. It's inside, 1-1. Culp started his career at Umpqua Community College down in Roseburg, then transferred to Finlandia University. Rather, scratch that. I think it was the opposite. 1 year at Finlandia and then a couple of seasons at UCC before transferring to Arizona Christian. Throw back towards first. Brooks back there safely. So teammates with Billy Dotson, the Super Drifter. One ball and 1 strike from Brady. Here's the pitch. Weber shows bunt, and he bunts it foul and slams his bat into the turf. He was frustrated. He wanted to get some contact on that. Instead, he'll have to stand in. 1 ball and 2 strikes in the bottom of the 6th. 0-0 the score. Springfield trying to extend Brooks into scoring position. One ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Weber checks his swing as Brooks was running towards second. Fouled away. A little bit of laughter is Monty Tenney out there doing his best to try to get the crowd going. And you just hear da-da-da-da-da-da. And he's the only one that said charge. Oh, help him out. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Weber trying to just put the ball in play. Get a productive at bat here. 1-2. Whoa, way inside. Brooks is going to end up at second base. That was not even close. I mean, my goodness. Behind the back of Weber. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cap, you were right. Umpqua is great ice cream. Honestly, a great region. I live down in the Umpqua Valley in Roseburg right now, and UCC has certainly done a pretty good job restarting their baseball program after a long stretch. Jeremiah Robbins, the head coach at UCC, moving on to Lewis Clark State, LC State out in Lewiston, where he won a couple of national titles. 2-2, swings and misses. Weber, who's actually playing at LC State, will have Jeremiah Robbins as his head coach next season.
Now batting number 4, Cooper Mullins.
So a strikeout, puts an out on the board. Cooper Mullins to the plate, a walk and a fly out with a runner at second. Go-ahead run in scoring position. Head coach for the Black Bears, Dan Spencer, coming out. Spencer used to coach at Oregon State. In fact, he was on that staff that won the 2006 and 2007 national championship games. He was the Beavers' associate head coach. He managed at Texas Tech. And eventually has bounced around and now coaching here in the Pacific Northwest. Pitching change coming. New pitcher coming into the game with a runner at second, one out in the bottom of the sixth. Let you know who the new pitcher is on the other half this break on the Drifters streaming network.
For the Black Bears, number 25 from Clark Community College, Trig Barons.
Bottom of the sixth inning, one out with a runner at second base. Hey, if you're watching online and you're in the Springfield area, we got a baseball skills camp coming up, $90. You can scan that QR code. It's 2 days, July 12th and 13th, a Saturday and Sunday, filled with baseball, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Who knows? You could train like a Drifter and maybe be a Drifters ball player someday. New pitcher in the game is Trig Barons, a right-hander from Casper, Wyoming. Comes in for Brady Culp. Cooper Mullins at the plate. First pitch to Mullins, up and away, 1-0. Mullins a walk and a fly out. Brady Culp, a third of an inning pitch, no hits, no runs, a walk and a strikeout responsible for Jack Brooks at second base. 1-0 pitch. Mullins fouls it back. 1-1. Barons from Clark Community College. He's 2-0 this season with the Black Bears, a 10.28 ERA. He's given up 8 runs in his last 3 outings across 3 2/3. And he'll step off the mound. Prior to giving up those 8 runs across the last 3 outings, he had a scoreless outing in his first 3 appearances. So an up-and-down season for Barons, former first-team All-State pitcher in high school. 1-1. Mullins takes up and away. 2-1. Just 8 appearances with the Penguins this past season at Clark. 2 balls and 1 strike. And Barons will throw back towards second. It almost found its way into center field, but Davidson was able to get over in time to save it from heading to center. And now he'll walk in talk with Barons. 0-0 the score. The Drifters have not had a hit since the second inning. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Cooper Mullins. Preston Armstrong had a leadoff single in the second. That was the last base hit for Springfield. Bryant Starr had a double to lead off the first. 2-1. Ground ball to the left side, past the diving Davidson. Brooks is waved. He'll come in and score. Springfield leads. RBI single for Cooper Mullins, and the Drifters are up by 1. Finally, they get a breakthrough. And who else but Cooper Mullins, the team leader in RBIs, the Michigan man, and the super-duper Drifter comes through in the bottom of the 6th. Nolan Miller will stand in with Mullins at first. First pitch. He takes a strike, 0-1. Brady Culp, his official final line, a third of an inning pitch, no hits, 1 run with a walk and a strikeout. Miller looking for his first hit. Takes the 0-1 for a strike. 0-2 from Barons. So the Drifters lead by 1 in the bottom of the 6th. In the 7th, again, this is a 7-inning game. Game number 2 of the doubleheader. Throw back towards first. No balls and 2 strikes to Miller. Jarrett Sable, Will Jeske, and Nicky Garitano are due up for the Black Bears. Batters 5, 6, and 7 in the 7th for Cowlitz. The 2-strike pitch is fouled away by Miller. We'll do the 0-2 again. Springfield led 3-0 after 3 innings in game number 1. They surrendered 3 runs in the top of the 4th on a couple of errors. 1 run in the 5th in last game, and they had not led since. Miller lines it towards right field for a base hit. Back-to-back singles, put 2 on for Springfield in the bottom of the 6th. Brings up Preston Armstrong. As mentioned, had a single in the 2nd, flew out to center field in the 4th. So here's Armstrong. 2 on and 1 out. Takes the first pitch outside. 1-0. He's 1 for 2 with a fly out to center field his last time up. Pretty good contact. One-0, down and away. 2 balls and no strikes. So Drake Barons came in for Culp and has allowed back-to-back singles. Trying to get his first out recorded, and it misses low. 3 balls and no strikes. (3-0). Taking all the way was Armstrong, 3-1. Three balls and 1 strike to pitch. Armstrong whiffs at it. 3-2. A little bit more breeze in game number 2 today. Slight breeze out towards left field. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Armstrong goes down on strikes. First strikeout for Barons. Brings up Logan Honma. Honma, a ground out to third and a walk so far. First pitch. Honma takes it inside, 1-0. First time I'm noticing it. Maybe you might have noticed it, Saul, but The Drifters also had to change socks as well, green socks for the Drifters today. So they had to change socks, pants, jerseys, caps, everything in between games. The 1-0 outside, 2 balls and no strikes. So if you're wondering why we did not start 30 minutes after the conclusion of game number 1, I think it was the uniform change that did it. We got some pizza in between games, so, as a staff, feeling pretty drifty. 2 balls and no strikes to Honma. Takes pitch outside, 3-0 from Barons. Feeling even driftier, up 1-0. Been a competitive pitcher's duel in game number 2 of the day. 3-0. In for a strike, 3-1. Three balls and 1 strike to Honma. Looking for a hit. Hasn't had one in a minute. And there it is. Single to right field. Being waved around third, and in to score is Mullins. 2-0, Springfield with the lead. RBI single for Logan Honma as Nolan Miller goes first to third. Runners on the corners. 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th, 2-0, Springfield with the lead. And another pitching change coming. Barons, his day is done after just 1 out and 3 hits. Take another timeout. When we return, we'll let you know who the new pitcher is in this game on the Drifters Streaming Network.
For the Black Bears, number 10 from Ottawa University, Chase Bushy.
The new pitcher in the game is Chase Brushy, a right-hander from the Dalles, Oregon. Scratch that, he's from Dallas, Oregon. But the right-hander from the state of Oregon is into the game. He plays at Ottawa University out in Arizona, a transfer from Chemeketa Community College. Comes into the game for Trig Barons with runners on the corners, 2 outs. Runner on the move, the throw goes down towards second. And they're trying to get into a rundown with Honma as he retreats back towards first base. And he's back to first base safely. Sam Davidson was just shuffling, keeping an eye on the runner at third and Nolan Miller. Maybe a delayed steal, maybe just trying to get into a rundown and score that run from third. We'll see if Springfield does it again. With Austin Matringa at the deck, or at the plate with 2 strikeouts today. First pitch, Matranga swings and misses, and they'll let home take second base. No balls and 1 strike to Matranga. With 2 in scoring position. Chance for a big hit here for Matranga. He's had 4 strikeouts across both games. Can he break the strikeout stretch? No balls and 1 strike, the pitch. Matranga fouls it away and falls behind 0-2. Got a plethora of children racing after the ball. They were sprinting out there. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Matranga goes down swinging. Throw goes to first by Carmona. It's high, but back on the bag is Garitano for out number 3. Well, the Drifters leave 2 stranded after 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors. I'm feeling pretty drifty. We're heading to the 7th. 2-0 the score. The Drifters with the lead on the Drifters streaming network.
For the Drifters, number 14, Caden Harris.
It's a life or death situation, man. Y'all really understand how I feel right now, man. It's your boy Kanye Chitter. Shot-town, what's going on? Yeah. I drink a boost for breakfast, an insure for dessert. Somebody order pancakes, I just sip the scissor. That right there could drive a sane man berserk. Not to worry, Mr. Ace to the Evans back to Wizard. I do console my mom, give her light support, telling her son's on life support. And just imagine how my girl feel on the plane, scared as hell that I...
Leading off the inning for the Black Bears, number 13, Jarrett Sable.
New pitcher in the game for the Springfield Drifters. Looking to close it out, it's Caden Harris, the right-hander from Lower Columbia, pitching against the team that plays at Lower Columbia. The pitch is down and inside. 1 ball and no strikes to Jarrett Sable. Will Jeske on deck. Nicky Garitano in the hole. Batters 5, 6, and 7. 1-0 pitch from Harris. Comes in for a strike. 1-1. 2-0. Springfield with the lead after a 2-run bottom of the 6th inning. Harris rocks and fires. 1-1 pitch. In for a strike. 1-2 to Sable. A single and a line out so far. Caden Richardson, 1 inning pitch. No hits, no runs, a walk, and no strikeouts for the right-hander with the Roadrunners from Lynn Benton. Fouled off pitch on the 1-2. We'll do it again. Harris in for the 9th time this season. 9 1/3 innings pitch with 9 strikeouts, 5 walks, a 5.78 ERA, and a 1-0 record. Opportunity for the save, the 1-2. Bounces in, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So it evens it out. Springfield just 1 save on the season, not many opportunities. 2-2. Grounded foul to the first base side. Sable stays alive. Drifters trying to wrap this game up before all you Pickles fans that have invaded the chat have to head off to your game. Hopefully we wrap it up in time. Again, 7-inning game. Game number 2 of the doubleheader. Cowlitz winning game 1. 2-2 pitch. Popped in the air out towards the first base side. Nolan Miller right near the bag in foul territory. Finds it through the sun. for out number 1.
Now batting number 40.
2 outs to go for Springfield, leading by 2. Will Jeske will stand in with nobody on and 1 out in this 2-0 ball game. Jeske 0 for 2. Takes the first pitch for a strike, 0-1. 2 ground outs to short for Jeske, the left fielder. He's had a good series. A couple of nice defensive plays in left field as well. 0-1 pitch in the turf, 1-1. Had a couple of nice sliding plays out in left field in game number 1 that were memorable. It's game number 1 of the series. 1-1, he shows bunt, pulls it back, and it's down and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. Harris nods, rocks and deals. Low. 3-1. Harris, good numbers at Lower Columbia. 13 appearances, 6 starts, a 7-1 record. The 2.48 ERA. A 3-1 from him. Ground ball sharply hit to third. Mullins fields, throws across the diamond in time. 2 away. So 2 outs, nobody on in the top of the 7th. Michael, I'm glad that you just woke up. I have great news for you, buddy. Trey LaGrone had an appearance. Your prayer circle worked. He came into the game and pitched 1 scoreless inning. That was inning number 5. First pitch from Harris. Comes in for a strike, 0-1 to Nicky Garitano. Garitano, a ground out and a walk. The 0-1, he fouls it back. 0-2. Black Bears down to their final strike. Springfield trying to avoid the sweep. 1 out away and 1 strike away from victory. No balls and 2 strikes. Hare shakes, now winds and fires. Oh my goodness. Didn't miss by much. 1-2. Was looking for the fastball in the black on the outside part of the plate. The 1-2 from Harris. Found back. Garitano stays alive. Scratch that. This is a pinch hitter. Matt Priest is at the plate. So Priest is up with 2 outs and 2 strikes. The 1-2 to him. Almost hit him. Had to bend backwards. 2 balls and 2 strikes. He hit a home run on Friday. Trying to keep this game alive for the Black Bears. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strikeout to end it. Springfield wins. 2-0, the final, as the Drifters take game number 3 of the 3-game series against Cowlitz, and they remain in 7th place. Needed that. They were looking to avoid the sweep, and they did just that. Springfield wins game number 3 by a final score of 2-0. A complete game performance for this Drifters pitching staff that had been struggling. And they hold the Black Bears scoreless over 7 innings to win the game in exactly 2 hours. Stick around, we got the post-game show coming up. Saul Galvan is going to have the post-game show. Not sure where Monty Tenney is, so I think Saul might take it from here, as he'll get you caught up and up to date for all things happening in Drifters baseball moving forward. Was a fun one today. Pickles fans, enjoy your game. Drifters fans, hey, celebrate that win. It's a 2-0 win for Springfield. Knight Jarecki saying so long. Stick around for the post-game show. Saul has that coming up here on the Drifters Streaming Network.
Schwab player of the game is Cooper Mullins. He was one 1 for 2 with a walk and the go-ahead RBI to give the Drifters the lead in the 6th inning.
Well, back inside Hamlin Sports Complex, where the Drifters take the victory 2-0 against the Cowlitz Bears to stave off the sweep and take a game here today. So I will go on with you on the post-game show, and it was a exciting one without a doubt. Low-scoring affair up until that 6th inning, where the Drifters got 2 runs home. Big shout-out to Cooper Mullins and Logan Honma for bringing home the 2 runs, and then Caden Harris went out there and closed things out in the 7th inning. Again, your final score, Cowlitz 0, Springfield 2. Cowlitz with 3 hits, Springfield with 5 hits, and no errors on both sides. Really clean game defensively on both sides, something that we haven't seen in quite a while from the Springfield Drifters, but it's always nice to see a 0 on that arrow column. Same thing with Cowlitz, too. Really solid performance overall. Both these teams were neck and neck heading into that 6th inning. Felt like they had a lot of opportunities on both sides, but in the end, it was Springfield that was able to push 2 runs across the board, and now the Drifters are officially back in the win column. Always, always good to say that. Take you through some of the final stats for today's game. Ned Fucci, who started the game, went 4 innings, 3 hits, no runs allowed with 1 strikeout. Trey Lagone came in. He pitched an inning, no hits, no runs allowed as well, and 1 strikeout. Caden Richardson also ate up an inning. And then, of course, Caden Harris came in the 7th to close things out. It was only a 7-inning ball game, but still it's going to go down in the record books as a win. And it felt like if Springfield got 2 more innings, they might be able to put up some more runs with the way the offense was going. Either way, it's a win in the books nonetheless. As mentioned before, Cooper Mullins, the player of the game, had the RBI single in that 6th inning that brought home Springfield's first run of the ball game. And then right after him, Logan Honma, a couple batters later, brought home the 2nd run. Those 2 combined drove home the 2 runs for today's ball game, and the only 2 runs that happened in this last game on this Sunday afternoon. Again, final score, Springfield 2, Cowlitz 0, and the Drifters officially back in the win column. They'll be on the road for pretty much about a week. Have a day off tomorrow and then head over to play Ridgefield for a 3-game series, followed by Marion this next weekend, and then they will return for a home series or fireworks night on July 3rd. The series July 1st to the 3rd. That's going to be against Ridgefield. Join us for those games. Should be some exciting ones. Beautiful weather here at Hamlin Sports Complex. And, of course, some really, really great baseball. That's going to do it for us from the Hamlin Sports Complex. Shout out to Knight Jarecki for a great call. I'm Saul Gawan saying so long here from the Hamlin Sports Complex, where Springfield wins 2-0, the final score.